If a woman has these traits, never let her go. Number 15, she's positive. If you have a woman by your side who always sees life as half full instead of half empty, you have a keeper. Maybe you think she's too happy and confident all the time. And while this can be annoying to some people, it's an excellent skill to be able to see the good in situations. Because negative people aren't good for your health or your life in the long run, and you don't want to be dealing with that kind of stress. Relationships should make you feel happy and bring positivity to your life, not pressure, anger, and negativity. We tend to take the negative from other people we spend the most time with subconsciously without even realizing it. For example, if your best friend is always cynical and has something bad to say about everything, then that energy will rub off on you even if you don't know it until someone says something to you or sees a change in you. It has been proven in research that negativity increases your heart rate, messes up concentration, and messes up your digestive system. Proof that you should surround yourself with positive people. Number 14, smarter than you. Scientists all over the globe have been trying to figure out the issues dealing with intricate things we all deal with in life, like relationships and love, and have spent tons of time and effort trying to figure out how people interact and go together like puzzle pieces, and what qualities need to be in a relationship and make a healthy and lasting relationship. When you are looking for a soulmate or a partner in crime, as some people say, make sure that she has brains and not just beauty. Ideally, the woman should be smarter than you are. Science says the disease called dementia has been researched for a long time, and scientists and professors have found that an intelligent woman can help you avoid getting dementia later on in life. Professor Lawrence Whaley said, "The thing a boy is never told he needs to do if he wants to live a longer life, but what he should do is marry an intelligent woman." There is no better buffer than intelligence. So having a partner who never stops challenging you and keeps you on your toes also helps you keep your mental health in check. Number 13, she's honest. We're not robots, we're all human, which means we make bad decisions and mistakes from time to time. This is what makes it even more critical to have someone who can keep you on track and isn't afraid to tell you when you're wrong. Studies have shown that men want to have an honest woman by their side when looking for a lifelong partner. This is an essential thing on the priority list for just about anybody. Number 12, she compromises. Life can't always be sunshine and rainbows, and at some point during your relationship, you and your partner will argue about something. It's completely normal and a given that something is bound to leave the both of you upset or disagreeing with each other. But a relationship only works if both people are willing to work on the issues. Psychologists at UCLA have done surveys on 172 married couples for 11 years, and author Thomas Bradbury said, "It's easy to be committed to your relationship when it's going well. As a relationship changes, however, shouldn't you say at some point something like, 'I'm committed to this relationship, but it's not going very well. I need to have some resolve, make some sacrifices, and take the steps I need to take to keep this relationship moving forward.'" Scientists say people who are willing to compromise and make sacrifices will have a long and happy marriage. Number 11, open heart. Having a partner who stands out in public without even trying and can make herself heard in a crowd can make things a lot easier for you. The University of Westminster did a study that showed that people who are more open to love and expression of love and share personal information about themselves are seen as more attractive by other people. The authors who did the study said that this quality is such a major one that people will judge the person's physical appearance of open people as more beautiful or handsome. It has a lot to do with the way someone views you. Chances are, if you have an open heart and aren't afraid to be open about yourself, people will find you much more attractive and inviting. Number 10, parents. If your woman has a good relationship with her parents, that's always a positive sign. If you want to see how your girlfriend will look years from now, just take a look at their parents and pay attention to how they treat their parents. The way people treat their parents when they get older says a lot about a person. Researchers at the University of Alberta asked 2,970 people of all different ages and saw a pattern between the relationship people have with their parents in their teenage years and their love life later on in life. This doesn't necessarily mean that her relationship with her parents would affect her romantic relationships, but knowing your part in the relationship with your parents would be very important to realize any sign of repeating behavior, whether it be negative or positive in an intimate relationship. The best way to be great in other relationships is to be aware of specific behavioral traits. Number 9, supports you. If she supports your goals and pursues her own at the same time, this is a very good thing. For some time, scientists have tried to prove that men like to marry weak women instead of strong, financially independent women. But times have changed and women have more rights than they used to. The book, Why Smart Men Marry Smart Women, explains why the myth is wrong and proves that successful and well-educated women don't get married any less often than anyone else. Having a strong woman by your side has its advantages. She will motivate you and won't depend on you for everything. You don't need to stress as much, and you won't need constant validation. A weak person usually seems to forget about their own goals and self-care. Those people don't prioritize their partner's goals either. They seem to forget goals and aspirations completely. You see, you need a combination of both your own goals and the goals the two of you set together as a couple. Number 8, she laughs. It's always a good feeling when someone you like laughs at your jokes and thinks you're funny. Of course, we always want somebody by our side who actually thinks our jokes are funny. A study was done by psychologists in 2006 at Westfield State University that said having a partner who thinks they're funny is more desired by men than it is for women. If you're lucky enough to have already found a woman that you can laugh and be silly with, make sure you treat her right. Number 7, she's kind. Science suggests that 2 key things to a happy and long-lasting relationship are generosity and kindness. John Gottman, who is a psychologist at the University of Washington, started researching married couples over 4 decades ago. He discovered 2 kinds of couples, masters and disasters. The disasters usually separate within the first 6 years of the relationship, but the masters stay together for a very long time and always have something in common. They are scanning the social environment for things that they can appreciate and say thank you for. They are building this culture of respect and appreciation very purposefully, he told The Atlantic during an interview. Number 6, remains calm. If your lady remains calm during arguments and calms you down too, you have a winner, and you're a fortunate person to have her. Fights are without a doubt going to happen in all relationships, whether it be romantic or not. Never disagreeing is not a good sign of a healthy relationship, but the important thing is how you deal with the arguments and how you make up with each other afterwards. Researchers at the University of California, Berkeley have studied 80 couples for 13 years, and they found out that a relationship will last the longest if the woman calms herself down during a fight and transfers those emotions over to her partner. The effect isn't the same if the guy is the one that calms down first, though. Women are usually the ones who get heated and start talking too much during an argument, and if they calm down and catch themselves before they say something they're going to regret later, it could save a lot of time in arguments in the future. Number 5, her own life. Having your own life and privacy is critical for your relationship. This has been proven by studies at the University of Michigan. Terry Orbuck said in an interview with the Wall Street Journal, when individuals have their own friends, their own set of interests, when they are able to define themselves not by their spouse or relationship, which makes them happier and less bored. It's always good to have our own separate life and make your own plans and keep yourself busy, so you don't forget about yourself in all the excitement and distraction that a new lover and a new relationship brings. Number 4, nurturing skills. Most women have this quality already embedded in them as a natural way of life. Women are born with the instinct to take care of things. This might explain why they can multitask and take care of work duties while taking care of a baby at the same time. Men like a woman who they see who would be suitable for their future children and is a great mother. They want to know that if they were to have a family one day, that they are responsible and have the nurturing quality to take care of a family. Number 3, silly with you. Does she do foolish things and act silly with you? If you answered yes, then chances are you have a great woman in your life. For example, if you found a woman who doesn't hold it against you if you stay out too long partying, or in most cases because she was out having fun with you, so she had no reason to wander or worry, then never let her go. It's a healthy thing to be able to have fun and let loose with your partner without any jealousy or drama. If you have a partner like this, don't take them for granted. A study done at the University of Michigan showed that the happiest couples were those who drank alcohol together. Of course, that doesn't mean that alcoholics are happier than sober ones, or that party couples are better than sober couples, but it could be because couples that do more fun activities together are better marriage material. It's a mood killer for anybody if every time you go out with your partner there's an argument or you don't feel comfortable being yourself. So if you have someone who has fun with you and doesn't give you a hard time for letting loose and getting a little wild at a party, don't let them go. Number 2, accepts flaws. Way too many relationships seem to have one partner always criticizing the other one, whether it be their outfit that you're not a fan of, their bad jokes, or their annoying eating habits, or their crazy driving. It could be anything, but you get the idea. So if you found a woman who just accepts you, you should consider yourself very lucky. Having a positive outlook will rub off on you and attract you to other people who also see the world as more positive than negative. In a healthy, real relationship, both partners should always accept each other's flaws and imperfections. Otherwise, you'll be really annoyed the majority of the time and will make your partner feel less confident and comfortable around you. So if you have found a girl who embraces the weird things you do and doesn't try to change you, you've got a good one. Number 1, doesn't hold grudges. If you have found a woman who can forgive other people and doesn't hold grudges, you should keep her by your side for a long time. Studies have shown that people who forgive others unconditionally live longer lives. It's a huge turnoff if someone always holds grudges and doesn't move on from the past. Forgiveness is really the foundation of a healthy relationship. Nobody is perfect and neither are you. And there will be times when you do something that upsets your partner, and that's when you'll want her to be able to forgive you. If both partners do it, this is a strong aspect of a long-lasting relationship. If you have a woman by your side who has some or all of these qualities, treat her well and never let her get away. Your life will be much better with her in it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.